What's going on, everyone? You are listening to Bulls Central here. Hope you're all doing well. First off, guys, just want to say thanks to the crew who joined the live chat last night for the game. Always fun to talk Bulls basketball with other fans. And apologies for some of the technical issues given the fact that it was my first live stream. I'll be sure to come a little more prepared for the next one and see if I can at least get a live score stream rather than just a blank screen, as that's a little awkward. Obviously, a tough ending to the game. The Bulls really had this one in their grasp, and especially with no Anthony Davis, I thought the Bulls would be able to steal a game here. But guys, despite the loss, I was actually pretty pleased with the team's overall performance. Even though the Lakers didn't have Anthony Davis, LeBron still played, and he played very well. And the Lakers, even without AD, are still a very strong team, and they went toe-to-toe with them, remaining competitive the entire way. Now, I know I've said this so many times in past videos, but I am okay with the Bulls losing as long as they play hard with effort and energy, and they did that in last night's game. Of course, there's still mistakes being made here and there, but that also comes with a young team. And on top of that, let's not forget the Bulls continue to be shorthanded with one of their best players out in Markkanen, and Otto Porter also left the game early due to back spasms. He only ended up playing 6 minutes for the entire game. Now, there were two things that stood out to me from this game that I was very pleased to see, and one was how well Patrick Williams did in guarding one of the greatest players ever in LeBron James. You know, this is the second time P. Will has been assigned to guard two of the best players in the league in just his short career, in LeBron last night and then Giannis a couple weeks ago. You know, Williams was able to stay in front of LeBron. He didn't let LeBron bully him around with his strength. No, Patrick was able to hold his own, and I was very impressed to see how he handled himself with such a difficult assignment. I mean, the guy played 34 minutes. That should tell you how Billy Donovan trusts in him. He didn't shoot the ball that well, but again, that's an area of Patrick Williams' game that we knew going into the league that he would need to be working on that and getting better at it. What I like is that he's still being aggressive and putting up attempts, and his shot selection overall is smart. It's not like he's taking any ill-advised or forced shots when he does. He also had 8 rebounds to go along with 4 steals, so very quality night from him. I was very pleased. And then the other bright spot from the game was Wendell Carter Jr. You know, we were all criticizing Wendell after those first few games of the season and the preseason. I mean, even I myself made a video about, what are we going to do with Wendell, which I'll actually link here. And ever since then, he's been playing much better basketball. I would still like to see him be a bit more aggressive on the defensive end in the paint, but last night, he had 23 points shooting, 9 for 15, 7 rebounds and 3 assists. He actually had some great passes, showing his versatility a bit to being a passing big man. So I hope to see that continue. Garrett, Temple, and Thaddeus Young continue to impress with their leadership off the bench. Temple hit a massive three-pointer with less than a minute and a half to go. That was a ridiculous step-back shot. And then Thaddeus Young, I mean, this guy is almost like a completely different player under Billy Donovan compared to what we saw last season with Jim Boylan. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He's just been a huge piece for the Bulls off the bench. Now, I almost don't even want to mention it because I feel like I do this every game with Zach Lavine, and even some of you guys were calling it out in the group chat last night. But I have to, and I have to because everyone wants to talk about how Lavine is our franchise player, how we need to build around him, and I've always been of the opinion that I really like Lavine. I think he's an incredibly talented player, but I just see him more as a second or third option on a contending team. And I've said it before, I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to give him this season to prove that he is going to take that next step, that next leap into superstardom, and be a franchise player for this team. But it's plays like last night that, they just prove my point even further. Look, first off, the guy had another incredible game from a stat line perspective. 38 points on great shooting, 14 for 22, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. He was even +8 on the night. Filling up the stat sheet is nice, but at the end of the day, a franchise player has to have impeccable basketball IQ and smart decision making on the court. I don't know what play Billy Donovan drew up at the end of the game for that last shot, but Lavine taking a mid-range jumper while double teamed when he had a man open to his left leads me to believe that likely wasn't the play call. I would have loved to see Zach either pass it up to Thaddeus Young, who was the open man, who he could have then moved the ball even further for an open shot, or have Zach drive to the basket, try to draw some contact and put up a higher percentage shot. They were only down 1, so all they needed was a simple layup or even a couple free throws if he gets fouled. Anyway, you're not always going to have these things go your way at the end of the game. As I said, overall, I was still pleased with the Bulls' performance as a whole, especially being shorthanded. Just tough because the win was so close, and it was a game they were normally expected to lose, and every win is key this season in making a run for the playoffs, which, yes, I do still expect the Bulls to make the playoffs as the 8th seed, like I mentioned in my season predictions video. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought of the game last night. Were you happy with the performance despite the loss, or am I just crazy and the Bulls had a bad loss in a game they should have won? Really could go either way. Let me know in the comments. And guys, the channel is just about to hit 2,000 subscribers, at least at the time of this recording. As I said before, once the channel hits 2K, I'll be closing the drawing, which is a chance to win a $50 gift card to the NBAstore.com. If you want a last-second entry, all you have to do is subscribe and you'll be included. Thanks again, guys, for all the support on the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one.